Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some of the, I guess now, trio of scumbags over here on the YouTube world now trying to go promote out their products. Now, as you guys probably know, Mrbeast has been through quite a bit of controversy of these past few weeks, which has still never been properly addressed. And as well, a lot of people are kind of, well, complaining about it, saying, hey man, there's some big issues, you have kind of taken a complete leap of silence, there's been a lot of really big allegations, and so far there has been nothing. But as well, with other kind of pretty big and polarizing people such as Logan, Paul, KSI, there's a really big brand new brand that just came out, and it's basically a Lunchables knockoff, and right now everyone on the internet is pretty upset about this, and kind of rightfully so. So we're gonna go talk about this, talk about the drama, talk about everything else that these kind of, well, in my honest opinion, kind of scumbags and opportunistic are taking for their community, and I want to hear your thoughts and comments down below. 100% okay if you guys disagree, would love to hear it down below as well, because there is kind of a both sides perspective on this. Some people enjoy the entrepreneurial spirits and maybe even like their content too as well. Nothing wrong with that. And I do kind of appreciate the fact that people making businesses and building businesses and competing with these really big, well-known brands like Hershey's or Gatorade or even Lunchables. But on the same reverse side, I kind of take as maybe a creator perspective that it's not the best idea to always try to be selling products to your audience. Now, I don't necessarily mind being like, hey, follow my Twitch or Twitter or whatever, or maybe the occasional sponsor too, but I'm not really the biggest fan of trying to go and sell a somewhat unhealthy, well, thing to you guys, such as, hey guys, let's go and do some gambling every day. The occasional sponsor's fine, I'm not against it, I don't mind really if they do it, but people are kind of calling them out on a lot of different various axes we'll talk about throughout this video, of them basically going and like attacking other really well-respected content creators such as Dan TDM, also still just having a mediocre product kind of filled with a lot of phosphates and overall bad preservatives and kind of making the children of America even more overweight and obese, and there's just a lot going on with it. So I'm gonna go give you guys the thoughts and comments. Like I said, I'm a little bit team don't like the idea behind it. They could probably do better. I just have higher expectations for it, but at the same time it is a YouTuber product, so maybe I'm just the dumb one here. So if you guys have kind of missed it, right now there is a brand new product that maybe I'll just give you guys the showcase from them that Logan Paul, Mrbeast, and KSI have now promoted. It's essentially just a combination of their random brands. They have the Prime drink, which is basically like Gatorade resurfaced, which is also its own controversy of things like lead being involved and old, like basically chemicals being utilized and just basically dangerous things such as like food dye and all that, artificial flavors, and well, basically them trying to say it's slightly healthier than Gatorade, which is in theory still pretty unhealthy for you. And then same thing with the Feastables, which is now include their own individualized little chocolate, which at the end of the day, sure, it's just bonus stuff, whatever. But people are not happy with it because they're basically trying to compete with Lunchables, and Lunchables is also a bunch of just absolute garbage. They have a lot of young audience members in their community, and well, they're basically selling to 8-year-olds and their families to say, go buy Lunchables because it's better than Lunchables, but they're all basically bad for you nonetheless. Now, some people don't buy them. Some people don't just want to have a snack. Some people aren't health conscious. I completely understand. Some people don't care about YouTuber controversies, also understand. Some people have kids and they might not just shut up about it, so you go buy them one or two and move on. Because even when I was a kid, I got a Lunchable too. I was marketed to, so I get it. So I'm going to try to explain this product first before we get in the nitty gritty.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
So basically I got to say like, hey, yo, we got more water, more liquid, more vibes better than Gatorade.
Crunch bar.
Basically, Crunch bars, I'll be honest, I've always liked Crunch bars. It definitely tastes fake though.
Feastables Crunch bar.
Literally the same exact product. Looks like they're copy pasting stuff and trying to make it better. Maybe smart business decisions, but I'm surprised they don't get sued.
Our pizza uses real cheese.
That's a big thing. They do also have a bunch of random garbage, but either way, I'd want them to have like just a slightly better, nicer product. I mean, at the end of the day, like, sure, if people are gonna buy it, they're gonna buy it. Like, they're little kids, whatever. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm a grown adult. I'd rather make my own actual homemade pizza. Get some yeast, put in the pizza oven, dude. Like, I have those little like wooden sticks, dude, for my oven. It's dope. I love it. But I'm also like a grown man at this point, so I can't really hate on it.
Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese. Ooh. We're also 30 less calories.
But at the same time, these are still, like, let me just be honest, these are still kind of bad stats. Like, you have, like, 18 grams, and you're trying to make it sound like it's the world's worst product, and here's 15. Like, bro, I mean, like, it's gonna be a random YouTuber, basically, lunchbox that's not really that good at the end of the day, so it's not the biggest deal, but people are like, what is this, dude?
3 less grams of fat and 8 less grams of sugar. Turkey stack 'em! 310 calories.
This literally is just Lunchables knocked off.
Of sugar.
Only 7 grams of sugar.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which.
Okay, well, I will say, like, it does look slightly better, but at the same exact time, like, this both looks just for me. I'd rather make a proper charcuterie board, but once again, I'm an old man. Who knows?
One has better
I'm a boomer in this YouTube world, I guess.
Bro.
out.
I'm sorry, that's trash. All right, now we're trying Lunchly. Come on. We're not biased at all, but ours is way better.
Fiesta Nachos. 22 grams of sugar.
10 grams of sugar.
7 grams of protein.
9 grams of protein.
Come in close and look at the queso cheese in Lunchly versus whatever that is.
Like, I mean, I get it. They're just trying to make better products too, but people are just overall just not vibing this.
I like my cheese drippy, bruh. This is a Lunchly salsa right here. Look at the consistency, the texture. And this is Lunchables. This, look, it's watery. I can't even.
For whatever reason, dude, I feel like Logan Paul gives me the vibes of like your older brother's friend who's trying to sell you weed for the first time. It's like, hey man, it's cool, bro. I got some grams. I'll sell you some. I'll sell you a gram for $50. And they're completely just milking you. Like, you still get a product out of it. You get like a little some little huffy. But like at the end of the day, 5 years down the road, you're like, that guy was a scumbag loser. Why did my brother even like bring him around? And that's like the vibe I get from Logan Paul. Mrbeast still has never addressed the allegations, which once again, I'm not some moral justice. I make console videos most of the time. Like, it's whatever. But like, it's just a lot of people are just not happy with this. It's like, once again, you're going to go and try to feast on these, feastables on all these kids out there. Or it's like, what's the vibe? You know? Like, you're just trying to, like, just once again, just make everyone fat. Like, it's so the obesity pandemic is crazy for kids. Like, you could have made something cool, dude. And people have now called out Mrbeast for changing the original product because they try to be a little more health conscious and more focused, but they actually end up just completely changing the product and made it a lot more unhealthy. So what's going to happen once they do that same exact thing now? It's not guaranteed they will, but what happens 6 months from now when they might go and change up their products, and that's it. Like, then they're just done. So obviously people are mad about this, and people started calling this on out. And, well, it's crazy because one of the more popular content creators, Dan TDM, who's an old school Minecraft guy back in the day, was like, hey man, like, what happened with YouTubers? What happened with the idea of, like, you know, the world of content, everything else? And he's like, hey man, like, just people want to sell stuff to make money. Like, what happened to having products you're proud of? And this is kind of true. It's like the Mrbeast syndrome. Like, you may like his videos, but it seems like he's just sitting in boardrooms 24/7 trying to go figure out exactly what to make the most money on and what will sell well. It's not even for like the joy. Like, his joy is becoming big and popular rather than actually making something they're happy about and proud of. And that's kind of, I think, more of the issue. I don't mind if they truly believed in these products and they truly believe this is cool. But in my mind, it's just them trying to go and find a random niche that people can get addicted to, such as, like, you know, like prosphates and, like, you know, preservatives, sugar, fats, and all these other various random things to go and, well, make money. And it's stupid. Like, this is not a vibe. Like, I like when people do, like, PC companies. Sure. Maybe even a coffee company because people like coffee all the time. Sure. And I want to say it's the world's worst thing. Like, they're just businessmen trying to be businessmen. Like, I get it. And the entrepreneur in me respects it. Like, I'd take some sponsors that I may not even like to make sure I can keep on doing content or give out consoles. I don't mind. But that's kind of how my mind is. If I do a sponsor, I usually like to go and reward the community. For me, well, I'm having a chance to even do it. Like, you know, if I take a sponsor, I'm going to probably give out a PS5 Pro 4. That's how it works out. And then this is like where people kind of start a little bit more tasty on this. Saying, they're like, Dan's like, hey, what happened to YouTubers, man? I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build the businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create a better version, you're upset? Then don't just go and eat it. And then we also have KSI saying, looks like crap to me, basically just insulting his overall, like, just random, like, little Funko Pop type things, you know, tube heroes. And then Mrbeast did try, but he has that kind of weird altruistic vibe now that he's like, it's okay, we're still going to try to get less calories, less sugar, more electrolytes. But once again, people are kind of making fun of it, like the movie Idiocracy. Highly recommend if you guys have never seen it, where it's basically saying electrolytes is good for you because it's Gatorade, even though it's a lot of sugar, and you, unless you're very, very active, like literally running a marathon, doing football practice, playing sports, if you're just casually drinking Gatorade at your house, it is technically still unhealthy. And well, they did go and try, and he's like, we're going to make the product better over time. But at the end of the day, not many people are very happy. People are upset on how they approach this, how they're attacking other content creators, how it still is a very, very subpar product, basically just a conglomeration of a Frankenstein of what they already own. And people are like, well, Mrbeast never addressed all these crazy allegations still, and it's been going viral with tens of millions of views everywhere, and people still being upset with him. And so a lot of the respect has been lost, especially with the Amazon show now coming out stating that they had a lot of active injuries, no health insurance, people were getting hurt and also not getting paid. Logan Paul obviously has his own bad history and track record of, honestly, KSI doesn't seem that bad, all things considered, but like, there's just drama behind him. And it's just not a good way to start your brand with everyone saying this might be garbage and trash. They might make a lot of money. We'll go and see. I probably want to buy it myself. Maybe I'll test it on a video though if I really needed to. review and kind of let you guys know my honest thoughts. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch down below. I appreciate y'all so much for watching, a little gossip hour, and have a good rest of your night.